We're starting in crocodile pose. So you'll be coming down to the stomach. The legs are out, mat's width apart. Cross the arms, stacking one hand on top of the other, then bringing the forehead to rest on top of the hands. Take some deep cleansing breaths here. Big inhales and exhales. And slowly starting to tune in, finding your yoga breath. An extended inhale through the nose and exhaling back out through the nose. Take this time to allow the body to let go of the day, allowing the mind to gently focus on the breath and be present in this moment. And we're here for about 8 more breaths. Last breath here. On your next inhale, moving up to Sphinx pose, aligning the elbows under the shoulders, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, all 10 toes on the mat, pulling the shoulders down away from the ears, heart pulls forward, and the gaze is slightly down. Eyes can be open or closed. And we're breathing here for 10 breaths. Take notice of the rise and fall of the stomach against the mat. If the mind starts to wander, gently return it to the focus of the breath. We're moving to forearm plank. So coming up on the forearms, lifting up to the toes to a plank position, or you have a couple of other options. You can have the knees down, or if you have a block, you can come up with the block, place it between the inner thighs on the smallest width. This will help engage the thighs and help in holding your plank. So if you've got your block, come back down to plank, come up on the toes, lifting the hips and lowering out, pushing the earth away. If you don't have a block, then you're just here in regular plank. Tilting the hip points toward the ribs, push the ground away with the forearms, and we're holding here for about 5 breaths. Stay with me, we've got a couple more breaths to go. Don't let the hips drop down, keeping the core pulled in, abs toward the spine. Now remove the block, come down to the knees, remove the block, and come back down to Sphinx pose. So again, lining up the elbows and the shoulders. Your fingertips are out in front and you're gently pulling the heart through. All 10 toes are on the mat. And we're here for about 5 breaths. Taking your last breath here. We're moving back up to forearm plank. Grab your block if you have it. We'll be moving between forearm plank and dolphin pose. So placing the block between the thighs. We're meeting here in forearm plank, pulling that stomach into the spine. And we're going to hold here, generating some heat, getting the body fired up. We're going to start to walk the feet toward the arms. Be sure to focus on pushing the ground away with the arms while breathing. Dolphin is a very challenging posture. Builds strength in the shoulders and the upper back. Can you bring your toes just a little closer? Maybe step in just a few more steps. My arms are starting to shake, so stay with me. Last inhale. With the exhale, walk the feet back out to the mat to forearm plank. Here for 1 breath. You'll be moving back and forth between plank and dolphin, so walking the feet back up with the inhale for 1 breath, and then exhaling back to forearm plank for a breath. Inhale the feet back up, walking closer for a breath. And exhale the feet back out for forearm plank. Inhale, walk the feet up. Exhale, walk the feet back out for forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk the feet back up for dolphin. Feeling it in those shoulders. Drop the knees and push back to child's pose. Remove your block. And then come back up to seated on the heels. We're going to take some shoulder rolls. So rolling the shoulders back, away from the body, doing some circles. And then maybe forward. We'll come down to a tabletop with a neutral spine. Taking some 3 cat-cows here with your breath pattern. Inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. And we'll meet in a neutral tabletop. So checking to make sure that your hands and wrists are in alignment under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're moving to a knee hover. So what this is we're going to push into the hands and the top of the feet and lift the knees just barely off the ground. So inhale up. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. So stay strong in this posture. Keep your core engaged. The belly button pulling toward the spine. The arms are strong. Pushing the earth away with the hands. Trying not to drop into the shoulders. Tuning into your breath. The inhale and the exhale. And we're about halfway there. Take notice of where you start to lose it first. Are your shoulders starting to shake, your arms, the quads? Take one last inhale and lower down. Take 3 more cat-cows with your breath. We're moving back to plank pose. You can take modified plank with the knees down if you're starting to feel those planks. Listen to your body and do what feels best for you. Spread your fingers wide, stack the shoulders over the wrist, engage the core, and step back to plank. 5 breaths here. Focusing in on the breathing, keeping the core engaged. The shoulders are away from the ears. Move into down dog. So come up on the toes, lift the hips, and you're here for 3 breaths. You can bend the knees in down dog to give your arms a little release. While we're holding here in down dog, I'll tell you what our next movement's going to be. Next we'll be moving between down dog and plank. And we're going to take 20. So rest when your body tells you to. So you'll inhale for plank and exhale for down dog. Inhale, roll out for plank. Exhale for down dog. So moving with your breath. Rolling forward for plank. Exhaling for down dog. And again, you can bend the knees when you push back for down dog. It's kind of just a little release on the arms. Stay strong. If you need to take a break and rest, you can come down to child's pose and then pick back up when you feel ready. We're almost through. We've got our last 3 here. Holding down dog. Drop down to the knees and push up to a seated position on the ankles. Massaging out those wrists, doing some wrist circles. One way and then the other. Maybe clasping the hands behind the back to stretch out the front of the shoulders. Great job. I know that was difficult. It was for me. My little arms are weaker than I thought. So next we're going to bring this down and start to cool the body down. So coming down to child's pose. You'll be walking the hands out in front of you. Maybe dropping the elbows, not stretching the arms straight out. Just release and let the elbows fall. We've really worked the arms and the shoulders hard today. And you're breathing here. Just slowly allowing the body to come cool down, the breath to return to normal. And walk the arms over to the left, stretching out that right side body, focusing that breath into the ribs, creating space. And walk the hands back to center and over to the right. And here we'll create space on the left side. So focusing that breath into the left ribs, creating space there. And then walk your way back to center for a breath. And slowly come up to a seated position. Legs are crossed. If it's easier for you, more comfortable, and you have a block or a pillow or a blanket, you can take and place it under the seat, and it kind of tilt the hips forward and create space so that you can sit comfortably. We're going to close off this practice with a quiet time to reflect on how strong you are. Taking some nice deep inhales here and exhales to release the shoulders away from the ears, down the spine. There's a long line of energy from the seat all the way up the spine, drawing the crown of the head up and away, and the seat is grounded and rooted down. So placing the hands on the knees, palms face up or face down, your choice, with the eyes closed. Starting to follow the inhale and the exhale. And just gently tune in and listen to your body, how this practice made you feel. Did it make you feel strong? Were you surprised at your strength? Maybe a little unsure if you would be able to finish, but here you are. Confident, energized, happy, revived, ready to take on anything. Whatever you are feeling, take these next few moments to just sit and be with these feelings. I will gently guide you back from this short meditation session. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Big inhales and exhales. And take the arms up, big inhale, gathering up all that strength we created today, and exhale, pull it down into the heart. The strength in me sees and honors the strength in each of you. Namaste.